you down just a little bit. Hopefully that's an okay angle for what we're trying to do here today. Yeah, gonna be doing some cooking. Let me pull up the comment monitor. Share this with perfect. This up. So, I know you guys like some cooking, and I was going to be doing some cooking, so here we are, doing a little cooking live stream. I wish this was going to be a shorter, more well-edited type of a cooking thing, but it's live, so not really. It's going to be long, going to be a bit rambling, there's going to be waiting for stuff to cook, but it's the best I can do right now because I'm not comfortable editing stuff. In Pinnacle Studio, it is just too slow. It has so many issues, and I don't know if my next video is gonna turn out easy or not. Too much time, anyways. So, we're gonna start with our croutons. Get started with that. See, we got one watching as per usual the last little while, unless YouTube's glitching and now it's saying 1 instead of 0. First of all, we have some Bayeda minced onion. Ooh. Hopefully this stuff tastes good. No, Badia. I always say that wrong, Badia. Hopefully it tastes good. I'm going to make some everything seasoning. I have some Winco everything seasoning somewhere, but it's disgusting. First of all, they use black and white sesame, which is fine, except for they don't use any poppy seeds in it. But the worst part is the onion and garlic is gross. But, that is some really good onion. And this will also be good emergency onion, too. Now let's try out the garlic. It's Winco Foods minced garlic. We do have some powdered granulated garlic somewhere, but let's see. Wow. It's not. Actually, they did a good job of capturing the actual garlic flavor. Because, like, when you get, I'm going to tilt you guys up a bit. When you get, like, the garlic that's minced and it's still in the juice, it's like the acid they use to preserve it takes away from the flavor of the garlic. And you don't have that good, strong garlic flavor like you would if it was fresh garlic. And get our oven cooking up to 350. So we have some minced garlic sourdough from Winco. They make really good sourdough, and you get the bake shop, the Winco bake shop stuff. I don't think they have minced garlic or other flavors in this brand, but they do have some more expensive Seattle bakery something or other sourdough. It's only slightly better, so it's not worth the price. But Winco, they do the roasted garlic, or now they just say sourdough garlic. They do a rosemary one. They have plain sourdough. They've got a whole wheat sourdough. They have an Asiago cheese sourdough. I don't really like most cheeses, so I haven't tried that yet. Grab our cutting board here. I haven't touched them. Okay. Yeah, they're your food, so I'm not touching them. That's one thing that I've kind of taken to heart, mainly because when people come in and touch my food, usually they're doing something that I do not want done with my food, and so I'm like, yeah, don't touch my food, and I'm not going to touch yours because I have no idea if you want it stirred or turned or whatever. Maybe I will let you know if I think it's going to bubble over or burn or something, but most of the time, I'm just not going to touch it because maybe that's what you want. Alright, let's grab a serrated bread knife. Actually, wait, first, before I cut this way, I'm going to cut them down lengthwise. Okay, that's nice. We got, let's see how, if we go a little bit thinner, let's try and move some of these spices out of the way. You know what, here, I'm going to, since I'm not using the stove just yet, I'll actually hand you guys over a little bit. Okay. So that's, I'm going to grab our new loaf of sourdough. I wanted to use some brioche dinner rolls. Those are the ones that are a little bit sweet. But, wow, we got a thick end piece here. I'm going to use, we'll use these two pieces, but this end piece needs to be cut down. Okay. Okay. Very. Slice it. Okay. Right. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay, that's okay. We can always break up by hand if we have any thicker pieces. Wow, this loaf is turning out to be a little bit softer, which is totally fine. I mean, this other one has been in the fridge for a little while. I am going to see, do we have another, nope, I am not seeing the other serrated knife, so we'll just continue with this one. I know we're smushing it a bit, that's okay. I did enjoy bricks and minifigs, thank you Colby. I'm going to have, I don't know if it'll be a live stream, but I will have at least a little video showing the Legos that I got from the store towards, it's the U.S. Church, that blue floaty, whatever you call it, bike thingy that I've been working on.
You're using that burger, is that right?
Yes, I am using this burger.
Okay.
So, now that we've got this, let's go ahead and grab a bowl to mix this in. We are going to, we might want to, we want a bigger bowl. I see, sent me a message. So let me just check. See if I see anything in my notifications quickly. Okay. Well, okay, I do see something, so I'll check that out in a moment, but welcome. Alright, I'm gonna, yeah, I want a bigger bowl. Make the top of this easier. So, okay, pop all of our bread into there. Now we need to get started on what's going on these to actually make them into tasty croutons. So I'll put those back behind me. I need to grab some things from the pantry really quickly. I have black sesame, or sorry, that's poppy. I have white sesame. I've got some black sesame. I have some olive oil. And of course, we have our onion and our garlic. And let's, I'm gonna move some of these things over to here. Now, question, do I have... Yeah. I do have a spice shaker. I've read a bit about it, and I wasn't necessarily expecting it to take place in the same space. I've heard a bit of the music, it's cool. So, yeah, I haven't ordered the book though, but we'll find out. Okay. I'm going to try and make up some of our everything topping here. And recipes online had different amounts. I'm just going to go for even, because, yeah. So there's about a 1/4 cup of sesame. Actually, you know what? Let's just go. I'm going to fill with all my different things first, and then I will figure out how much more I can add of each. Okay. Here's our 1/4 cup of poppy. Now the Einstein bagels everything topping, which I really like. I think they added a little bit of anise. I'm gonna forgo the anise, sorry, for this one. Oh yeah, we can definitely add. What? No, they have big holes and they have extra tiny holes that probably wouldn't sprinkle anything out. Yeah, no, there's no way you're getting any onion out of those teeny holes. There's the big holes. Teeny holes. But I guess using a standard size of lid. I was expecting one side to have a pour spout, which that means I'm just going to unscrew this, and that will be my pour spout. Okay, this is very good. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna just see if I can change. So quality is only 720p. Oh well. I thought you did 1080. Oh well. Okay. So that looks. Ooh, this is looking like a really cool layered thing. Actually, so maybe we'll be just in that. Ooh, our oven is up to temperature at 350 degrees. Wow. Doesn't seem like quite as much garlic as onion. Some yummy powder wafting away. Alright, and then, black sesame. Oh, black sesame is good. White sesame is good. I think it might have been something that was said on Rachel Ray, because that was one thing we had on the TV back when I worked at Porter's gas station. But just, they say like a tablespoon of sesame a day lowers cholesterol. No, 2 tablespoons, black or white. Now, I wonder if sometimes I have too low of cholesterol because of how much sesame I consume some days. Sesame is just so good. Okay. Where did the clip go for I am not seeing the little, oh, here it is. Here's a little red clasp. Yes, or, it used to be Cooking with the Flair for the Bazaar. It's my old cooking show. And I'm going to redo some of those recipes because I've updated them. I've added better amounts for things too. But this is one that I haven't done. So we're going to go ahead and screw this on. Before I mix it up there, you guys get to see all the fun layers. It's kind of like layered sand things that you get from different places. But we want to actually shake and mix this up. Oh, I need to add a little bit of salt. Well, I might forgo the salt because I want, like, I don't like some things that have salt in them already. Not getting a lot of onion or garlic. Okay, there's some. Just gonna guesstimate on some more onion, or some more garlic, sorry. And sprinkle holes. Let's put some, a little more onion in there. There's some, but it's like the sesame and the poppy is a bit overpowering. Okay. Okay. So move all of our seasoning stuff out of the way. Except for the olive oil we need right here. Then I'm going to grab our large snack container here. Ooh, a little bit of onion, garlic, spicy. I'm going to pour in some extra virgin olive oil. Or maybe that full, this container. I don't know how much that is. I might need, actually I need a little, I'm going to add just a little bit more. Then, we're going to grab some balsamic vinegar. And about a tablespoon or two of vinegar. Not a lot. Vinegar is a little tart. Then we can come in and add some of our seasoning here. I'll actually go ahead and go like this. Sprinkle a bunch on there. I forgot what I went in there for. I got some saffron, and I have some liquid lecithin. We're going to add just a drop of this stuff. You do not want to add too much, otherwise it'll kind of just coat your teeth, and not really sticky. It's like a film that coats your teeth, and doesn't come off too easily. It's also not super easy to get off of hands, although it is doable. Lecithin is found in eggs, although this is from soy, and this is a really good emulsifier. So it'll help the vinegar and the oil and our seeds stay together a little better. You'll still get some separation, but yeah, they use it in dressings to help them emulsify. I'm gonna really mix this up. Okay. Now I am gonna add some saffron, and we are pretty lucky because saffron really needs like some good moisture to kind of have the flavors come out. This is again Badia saffron, most expensive spice in the world, worth its weight in gold. Actually, more than that. So I'm just gonna. I like to put a lot of saffron in when I'm cooking. Most people just say like a few threads, and you get some color and flavor. Color, yes. I like more because I really like the flavor. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go a little more. I have a bunch of saffron because I got it from NPS. It was a really good price. And I got like a few of the employees interested there because I saw it, but there wasn't a price, so I went to check and I was talking with them about how cool it is. So I know at least 2 guys probably bought a thing and tried it out, and they're cooking at home. So we're gonna mix up. Saffron is a thing too, where once you put it in something that has a little bit of moisture, like I sometimes put it in hummus powder, you want to wait and let it seep out. Because you might add a bunch and not really taste it, and then when you finally taste it, and then you wait a bit, then it's going to be too strong. So, okay, we have a mix about like that. That's good enough. We're going to let that sit for a few moments and just give a chance for the saffron to soak its way out. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll put our seasoning over here for now. Now we need to turn our attention to a burger. This is a very special burger we're going to be making. I mean, I hope they're well crafted, because there's nothing wrong with spending time writing a well crafted sentence. Well, okay. Sometimes you can spend too long writing something and it wasn't necessary, but sometimes it is. I don't know. Anyways, next thing we need is some bacon fat from our Sunny Valley peppered bacon, but any bacon fat will do. And we need some peanut butter. Yeah, I know. I make some weird combinations sometimes. You know how to make a chip buddy. That's good. I think I made one once, but I didn't use butter because I don't really care for butter. I don't like the taste of it. Here's my gag reflex. We'll set it off to the side. Oops. Okay. So, next thing we're going to do is we need to grab a little bowl. And I used to do this with the cheaper ground beef that had more fat in it. But I decided to try the more lean beef because I'm adding some fat anyways. And it should hold up and stick together a little better. And I really haven't used this because my mom, she likes the idea of, because family reunion coming up on her side, she likes the idea of having like just ground beef and not all of the additives in like the burger patties that make them that way. And so what's the word? Oh yeah. And so she talked about just like taking this and slicing it off, which that wouldn't work, but that was if you have the other type of meat that's more lean, it's more smushy. This actually sliced up into relatively good burger shapes. Okay. Get my hands off for a moment here because I'm going to have to use just a little more soap. Now sometimes I will mix like peppers and onions into the burger, but I'm going to forgo doing that for now. I mean, I could add some of our everything topping to the burger, but I'm going to skip that. So we need some Adams 100% natural crunchy peanut butter. Yeah, not that much peanut butter, like, about Probably about that much is good. Maybe a little more. Okay. Then I'm gonna rinse my spoon off and use the same spoon for the bacon fat. Bacon fat is really good, especially if you don't have bacon, because you can add just a little bit. With an onion bagel, that sounds good. I love onion bagels, or everything bagels. Add the other toppings that I have here. So, yeah, bacon fat, you don't need a lot. Like if this bowl was completely level with mashed potatoes, maybe a little more, like 1.5 teaspoons or so would have it tasting like yummy bacon. Okay. Now I don't have any gloves that I want to use for cooking. Otherwise, I would put some on, not like for sanitary, food safety hygiene stuff, just because I don't like sticky hands when cooking. So now I need a few more things. Okay. I'm going to add some black sesame to my burger. And this black sesame, not our everything bagel mix. Okay. Probably a good, somewhere between 1 and 2 tablespoons of black sesame. And then I need one more thing. We need some nutritional yeast flakes. These are really good. I like these. Although I like the ones from the bulk section better in Winco than the Bragg. Both these are from Winco, but we're going to add about a tablespoon or so of these yeast flakes. And then, I forgot. I do need to add some pepper and salt to our burger, as well as our crouton mix. So I'm just gonna, this is peppercorn melange, that's all the different colors of peppercorn. Ten seconds on our pepper grinder. Seconds. Give it a shake at the end to get any loose pieces that didn't fall out. Okay. Then we're going to use some Himalayan pink salt. Regular table salt will work, but this is, I like this stuff. It's not too much more expensive, I think. Just a little bit there. A little bit in our burger mix here. And I think we're ready to mix this burger up into a good mix here. And so we're going to be mixing in all this stuff: peanut butter, bacon fat, yeast flakes. Make sure it's well mixed, and I think the yeast flakes will help things stick together a little bit. But the important thing, well, I mean, everything needs to be mixed, but watch out for like the bacon fat as well as the peanut butter. So if you see any large spots of brown or white especially, and there are still going to be a few white spots just because that's, I forget what it is, I think that's part of the fat from the burger. Okay. It smells so good, and it looks really good. So what I'm going to do is, we have actually a burger smusher. We can take this, place it into our burger smusher here. We obviously have a little wider than the top piece is, but that's totally fine. have it upside down. Ho, ho, ho. I have no idea what size of burger this is. I just usually go for what looks good. Okay. So, I'm going to wash my hands. We're going to get the croutons cooking in the oven. For those of you who are new here, I actually went to culinary school back when I was 18, so 10 years ago. Woohoo! Okay. Now, we're going to bring this over here, and let's see, I already added salt and pepper, so I do need to give this another mix. Stir it up really good. Oh, also, I'm just realizing that the sourdough has been fixed from when it was ringing up as $60. Okay. So, we've got this mixed up here, and it maybe looks a little bit redder, which would be from the saffron, which is good. That's what we want. Okay. Just going to set this in here, and we want to pour this all off. Next, I'm going to grab we don't have a spatula that's clean. I'll have to use this smaller spatula then. Normally we have some wider red ones that I would prefer to use for this, but this will work good enough. We're essentially just looking to scrape out all of our seeds and onions and garlic, just all of the seasoning. And then I'm just going to take a mostly untouched piece of bread, wipe all the seasoning off, and we got an error with the chat. Let's retry. There we go. We're going to try adding I'm going to add a last minute addition, some parsley. We do have some fresh parsley outside, but I want to use some dry stuff because sometimes the fresh parsley smells a little weird and triggers my gag reflex. Not that it's bad, it just is. So we'll add a little sprinkle of some fresh parsley onto here. And this is where we find out if we need to add more liquid, more moisture to this. So I'll actually use my spatula. I am going to add a little more olive oil. Question, do I want any more vinegar? No, I think we're going to be good on vinegar, especially like some pieces. That's good. Some pieces did soak up a little bit more. Oh, lost the crouton. Oh no. Sad, because it has a few pieces of saffron on it, but the floor is dirty. So, no. Garbage disposal. Okay. Let's be a little more careful now. Continue to mix this up. So these I'm making croutons right here, and then I'm making a burger. Okay. I think these are mostly mixed up enough. And we've got enough seasoning on them. So, I'm going to grab a large baking pan. And then we will go ahead and spread. Again, I'm going to be scraping all of my seasonings off the bowl. We can then go ahead and shake this around to spread them out nice and thin. Then I'll take a piece that doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. Use another piece here. So, okay. There's got to be one more. Yeah, this little corner piece here doesn't have a lot of seeds and stuff on it. Perfect. Get the spoon. Or spatula, I should say. And give these one more toss. Just to kind of make sure they're relatively all flat. We'll go ahead and stick these into the oven. 350 degrees. Let me turn it up a bit here, and let's set a timer for, we'll go like 4 minutes, and we'll start watching. So we got our good burger here. Now, I will want some other stuff with my burger, so I'm going to come into the fridge, or sorry, the freezer. We have some bell peppers and some onions. And I freeze them because a lot of times I don't use them up fast enough if they're fresh. And I can use my bread cutting board for these. Again, even though it's not the veggie cutting board, that's okay. There are some where I'm like, whatever, fine. Like the fish cutting board, I don't cook with fish. We don't really cook with fish in here, so it's, for me, I'm totally fine just using the fish cutting board on whatever. We're going to pull apart from this wax paper here, so it helps keeps the onions separate. So I think that's a good amount of onion. And I'm doing red onion. The other side here is a sweet onion, like a Walla Walla sweet. I want a little bit of, just a little bit of a kick, a little bit of spice to our burger. That's why I'm going with the Walla Walla sweet. Or sorry, with the red onion. Well, not as hot as the white onion, so those onions are good. Now we want to get some peppers. And these come in red, orange, and yellow. I'm gonna do that orange one, and I'm gonna do that yellow one. We'll do just one more little yellow one here. That should be enough pepper. Now, if you let these defrost, the peppers and the onion before cutting them, it's going to be hard to cut because the freezer makes them kind of break down their cells and get a little mushy. If they're hard like this, which my mom likes cutting this way, I think it's too hard and too dangerous. So I am going to come and rinse them under the sink with a little bit of warm water, just until they feel about the same level of squishy as if they were fresh. And I'm going to grab a different knife for this. Grab our chef's knife here. I like to, you can do dices. Well, for this you want to do circles, but usually I do circles for everything anyways because it's quicker. But I like to take my tops off, and I will then bend everything around it and kind of try and peel these pieces off like this. And then these stems can go in our our compost food cycler. I'm going to do this little one first because it's starting to mush up a lot faster, which it is smaller. Okay, that one's probably pretty good here. We'll go for this large one here. So if you wanted these fresh and crunchy, don't freeze them. But I usually end up cooking them, so that's fine to have them frozen for my use case. Turn this last piece around so I can hold it differently and get the last cut on there. Perfect. And we'll do the same thing with this piece here. Let's cut this up like this. Set that piece aside. If you're doing a lot of these, I would recommend not... Ooh, timer's done. I'm going to get this cut really quickly. I recommend not rinsing all of them underwater because if you just leave them out, they will defrost. So do a few, and then you slowly let your others defrost. Okay. Let's disable our timer, and I'm going to have a peek at our croutons here. I'm going to grab a fork, and yeah, these are going to need more time, so... What am I doing? I was going to say 10, but no, I want 5-minute timer. They could maybe cook at a little bit higher too. I'm thinking sometimes people might do this at like 400, but I'm going to just do 350. Because I also like when my croutons are... Wait, why am I going through the garbage can? This goes over here into one of our food cycler containers. I like when my croutons are crunchy, but not so crunchy that you poke them with a fork and they just explode into useless crumbs that you need a spoon to get. Okay. Alright, so now that we've got that done, oh, also, I have some bacon that I had cooked the other day in the oven. This will be part of our burger too. That's Sunny Valley peppered bacon. So now I'm going to grab a pan. Got a little spillover of our yummy seasoning stuff here. So we'll put that pan on. And I'm going to heat this pan up to medium. Well, I'll start it off at 6 actually on our induction stove. Next, we have over here. This is what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is our bacon fat. I'm going to use just a little bit of, not that much, but just a little bit of bacon fat in the bottom of the spoon. And then I'm just going to set it down there in the middle and sit there and melt. Once I see the bacon fat is melted a bit, I'll tilt it, let it pour off. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to get melty. Now let's melt the tip a little bit. Put it back down and continue to melt the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to turn this back down to 5 right now. Where is our, little spatula here. So I can scrape the last little bit of bacon fat off. Okay, then, that smells so good. We'll go ahead and drop in our onion and peppers. Missed a piece of onion. I leave the seeds in my peppers because, I mean, you can eat them. I like them. But if for some reason you're not allowed to have seeds cause problems for you, by all means, pick the seeds and the middle pieces out. Okay. What we want to do, probably should have added, maybe you could have added a little more bacon fat. But that is actually okay, because I am going to add also a little bit of olive oil. I like the flavor of olive oil, so we're going to add just a little splish of olive oil, swirl around, get everything covered, flip the onion around and get parts of it covered. Yeah, sweet. These are gonna cook nicely, and then I am actually going to add a little bit of pepper to these. Ah, it won't turn off. The button's not in the right spot. That's not good. Okay. No. At least it turns off when it's flipped, but I can't get this button just right. I hope I don't have to try and disassemble this. Let me see if we have. I'm looking for like a chopstick or something. I don't think we have any more in here. Let's see, is it still? Oh, it did turn off, but the button is still not sitting right. As for how the rubber goes, this is not good. This is not good at all. Alright. Time to check our croutons again. Where's my fork? Woo. Yeah. I don't make croutons very often, so I don't know like exact timing for cooking them, but they definitely need to cook a little longer, so we'll go another 5 minutes. And then I need to add a little bit of salt. That's probably enough. A bit of salt to that. Then we're gonna, give this a stir around with our pepper and salt in there. Let these pieces cook. Like so. Okay. Turn our attention back to, what if I use the end of, nope, that's too rubbery. How did that happen? There we go. We got the button back out. Is it going to work now? Great, that does work. Sweet. So, whew. Maybe my fingers were a little slippery or something. Either way. That's a nice rechargeable pepper grinder. I forget which brand it is. But if anyone wants to know, I can dig up my Amazon history. Need to trim my nail there a little bit. So, okay. This is a point where I wish I could cut, but just need to let those peppers cook. We can actually do a little bit of work on the rest of our salad, which isn't going to have a whole lot of fancy stuff with it. I just have some lettuce that I bought that I need to use up. I had some in a sandwich the other day, and it was, I don't know, I kind of didn't like it. It turned mushy a little quicker than I like. And so, because of that, it is feeling a bit wilty here. I'm going to take actually, you know what? Here, you take this pitcher. So, just a average pitcher. And I'm going to fill it up with cold water. With my lettuce in there. Sweet. And I'm just going to let my lettuce sit right there and get a little bit of a drink and perk up. And I'm going to get myself a drink, some colder water from the fridge. Actually, speaking of cold, I'm going to turn the AC down just one. Alright. Got about 1:30 left on our next 5-minute timer. I'm going to swirl these around. Okay. I'll give those a little more to cook, and then I'll make some room and I'll put the burger in there and cook that up. That means I can grab something and put this in the fridge. Grabbed a Ziploc bag here. "15 seconds left on our croutons, and we'll check them again. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Alright. Those are looking good. I can smell some of the vinegar on our croutons. Gotta watch out, you get a waft of steam. I'm gonna switch it up a bit. Let's shut the oven off. Let's do a broil. On high. We'll go with 3 minutes. These are in the middle. They're not close to the top. We'll see what 3 minutes does on our broil. Hopefully that's just enough. Audio is cutting out. Well, I'm using the YouTube app, so that's probably an error on YouTube's end, maybe. I don't know where the error is, but if the audio is cutting out, that's not good. Anyways. So, I've got, the croutons are now on broil for 500, and we are getting close to these peppers and onions being cooked. So I'm just going to work them out to the edge of our pan now, and we're going to come in with our burger. And I'm going to grab a, dang it, where's the good actual spatula for this? That's one that went on these earlier, where it is. Huh. It's not in the dishwasher. Nope. Not in the drain rack. Oh, wait, no. It's this. No, that's not it. Oh, wait, no. Ah, found it. Let me just rinse this off quickly. So, you have a silicone spatula that is hard. Good, the audio is good working now. Alright, so. And we are also at the point now where we don't have any more moisture in the pan. So things are starting to brown a little more and stick a little more. This is a hex-clad pan, so things don't stick quite as bad as other things do. Now I'm just going to very carefully flip this upside down and let the burger fall off. Thing. It's got some lines in there from our burger presses, the thick burger. Okay. Now you might see it melt out a little bit and spread because with some of the content in there is fat, and the fat's going to melt out a bit. Not just from the burger, but from the fat that we added to it. So that's good. We're going to do that. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and grab a lid, and I'm going to cover that right up. That'll let things cook a little faster, and then we can take the lid off when things are mostly cooked and let some of that moisture evaporate away and get the moisture levels to what we want. I'm going to start putting some of this stuff away. And then towards the end of our cooking cycle, I will, timer time, let's see, come on. Yep, croutons, done. And that would be my mom's kitchen, perfect, so. All right, we need to take these out now. Quickly get a hot pad. Okay. Look how nice and sizzly that is. Hopefully they look yummy. Some of them are going to be a little more moist than others will, but a nice thing is, as we let them sit in the air and let the heat rise off, they're not going to cook and burn anymore, but they will crisp up a little bit. Okay, let's move some of our stuff over here. We carefully set it onto that surface over there and just let it cool off. Alright, now let's I'm going to put away these things that I know where they go. Poppy, sesame. Oh yeah. Saffron. Okay. Yes. This sesame here. I'll have to figure out where those other things go. Alright, and so we're just going to let those cool down. And, you know, a little trick, if you think for some reason that your croutons are too crispy, you can always cover them with something for a little bit, and they will steam themselves. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn my attention to this burger now, and see if we can get it up. Let me flip it. Yeah. Okay, there is a little bit of cracking on the back of the burger, that's okay. We'll just give it a very light smush. You can add stuff to help it stick better. I think maybe a little bit of wheat or something. I don't know what they do to make burgers stick better. Some eggs sometimes. But we're going to not try and smush it too much. My burgers tend to be a little more crumbly, and that's okay. So then, again, I'm going to cover it. Tasting a little bit of saffron from the croutons behind me. Let's check our lettuce. I mean, still a little floppy. I mean, this lettuce is going to kind of be that anyways, but I'm just going to take off some leaves now. We don't need a lot. Probably, let's get a little smaller leaf. About 3 leaves are good. We'll let that continue to soak up. I'm going to just take these off in the sink. We do have a salad spinner, but I don't really care about that. Ooh, a little piece flew off. I also don't necessarily completely care about washing lettuce. I mean, they say you should. If it's just for a little bit of dirt, I don't care. If it's maybe because they sprayed it with something, well then yes I would, but I don't know if the lettuce that I bought sprayed or anything like that, so. Alright. We're going to use our same knife from earlier, and we're going to roll this up like this, nice and tight. Now I thought this was weird. In culinary school, there were 2 people, and when I did salad bar, that taught me a little bit. One person said you want to remove the stems because people don't like the crispy part, but the other, that was a woman, the other guy said that they do, and I like the crispy part. I think that's great. Okay. probably actually a little more than I want for this salad. I'm going to go ahead and turn our stove down to 2. Okay. And then I'm going to very carefully peel up. Yeah. We do have a little crack in the middle. It's wanting to separate just a little bit. And then, actually I'm going to shut off our stove completely. And we're going to let the steam build up in there. And that'll help loosen up some of the yummy bits on the bottom. We can also grab our bread in that. Now this is a little wet, so I'm going to go ahead and grab our salad spinner. It's not in the fridge, it's above the fridge. If I open the fridge, I am then able to work it out of the cabinet up top. Should have panned the camera for that. Oh well. If I had a camera person, that would be nice, but no one's available right now. Okay. Our salad into our salad spinner. We'll go ahead and unlock the spinner. This is an OXO spinner. It does have a little silicone and plastic button thing you can push down to stop it, which I'll do that. And as you can see, there is a healthy amount of water around the sides. So I am going to come in and feel it. I'll do it just a little more. Lock that up again. Getting a little bit of a straw in a place I don't want. Use this spatula too, and sweet. Okay. So, put that right up there for now. That's pretty good and dry. Still is feeling just a little bit on the soft, wilty side. I don't like my lettuce that way. But I mean, we do have the whole head soaking, so it should absorb. Oh yeah, it's perking up just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and take this, and I'm actually going to use the same bowl that I used my croutons for my croutons. So it's going to go like that. I can take this over to. There's a little bit of more lettuce in here that I'd like to just get out. Okay. This can get rinsed off and put in the drain rack. So I will quickly do that. Okay. Good. Just rinse off this top piece. And I literally just rinsed it off. We just used lettuce, just a green plant. Okay. Let's see. Our croutons back here are. Let's try. This corner piece right here looks especially good. So there is a crouton. Let's try it. A little bit soft in the middle. But that's okay. Could have maybe used a bit more salt. I just got a little burst of vinegar. Let's try one of the smaller pieces. So here's a smaller crustless piece. Yeah, still a little soft. Now, if they are a little soft, you'll need to eat them quicker because that means there's still moisture in there, so they could go a little stale faster or grow a little bit of mold. Especially if you keep them in a container that's like airtight, you're gonna have just that moisture trapped in there and build up. So you could cook them a little bit longer. You could also let them dry out a little more if you want to, which we'll kind of do a combination of both. And you'll notice some of the ones, like this one here is a lot softer over the whole thing, but it got a little more of our oil mix. So, I don't know, I haven't perfected it yet, but I'm sure there's a way to have the oil poured on, like maybe if I had mixed it up a little quicker, it wouldn't have soaked in as much. So there's ways to improve upon that stage, but other than that, we got a success here that I just want to sit and eat up all the way. I love croutons. So then, to add to our salad, we have some sprouts. That's good. Make sure these are still good. These are alfalfa sprouts. Which, growing up, I always thought that sprouts were just this little thing, like you plant the little tiny seed, and then it grows up just like this, and it stops, and you have sprouts. But no, this is actually if you allowed this to grow, it would grow into a much bigger alfalfa plant. I don't like broccoli sprouts. Ooh. Sesame in my teeth. Those were too bitter for me. And I've tried like a combination of alfalfa and clover because I accidentally grabbed both of them, and that was it was okay. But thankfully though, the raw foods, but it's the R-A with the accent on it, as in like the sun god Ra, I think. So Wild About Sprouts. What they've done, these are nutty and mild, they say. Fresh and living, grown right in the package. They used to say, until picked by you. And untouched until picked by you. They've added colors for the different ones. So the alfalfa is yellow. They've got a purple colored one, and there's a green colored one. So now it's a lot harder to grab the wrong sprouts on the shelf. Because there's sometimes where I grab one thinking it was the right one because they didn't have alfalfa, but it wasn't. But now it's easy to see at a glance. So thank you, Raw Foods. Now, you do not want to add too many sprouts to your salad if you're not going to be eating it all at once, because what is it? Because sprouts will go wilty a lot quicker, especially once you put a little bit of oil and vinegar, like we're going to do, and then it's just kind of, it's just gross. You don't want to eat it. I'm kind of just tossing this up with my hands for a little bit. That's good. I'm going to see if I have any other crunchy things to add. Oh. Here's the Winco garbage everything topping. It's very salty, and like the onion and garlic are just I don't know how to describe it, but it's not a right flavor. It's off. Okay. This is probably going to be maybe a couple of meals for me. So let's grab some chips and some other stuff. Let's finish up our food here. So for this, we need to add some croutons. Okay, and it's cool enough that I can touch it now. Just gonna come over here, grab a handful. I really like croutons, so we'll add a bunch. That's probably good enough. maybe a little bit more salt. So next, I'm gonna add a little bit of pepperoni to our salad. Not a lot, like I usually do when I go to a salad bar at a restaurant. Oh, come on, Armour. What is with you when your package is not opening up right? Oh, there we go. I think. There we go. Yeah, seal in the wrong spot. Usually I get the bigger bags of pepperoni because they're cheaper. I'm just gonna grab a little handful, and you can just toss these right onto the salad, but I am actually going to take these and cut them in half. Actually, I'll do quarters. Go. Pepperoni does really like to stick together. I'm just gonna sprinkle this over the top, like that. This is really, really good looking. Okay. Then I actually need to grab my olive oil again. I like an oil and vinegar type of dressing. You can usually add a little bit of ranch. Something interesting, I once read the ingredients for like an Italian type vinaigrette dressing, and it used like a vegetable oil. I'm like, no, you use olive oil. It's Italian. Don't scam. And I think it was even like not like the cheap stuff, but the somewhat more expensive stuff. Like, no, you're doing it wrong. It tasted good, but I like with olive oil much better. And I'm gonna grab out our vinegar again. Actually, I might want a little bit of red wine vinegar instead. Let me smell this balsamic. I think I like balsamic a little better than, oops, that's not mine. I'm gonna grab my thing of red wine. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to do, since we did balsamic on the croutons, I'm going to do just a little sploosh of red wine. Just a little sploosh like that. Probably good enough. And then, where's my fork? Where is my fork? Oh, over here. Here we go. I will actually use my fork to toss this up. Oh, actually, there's one more thing I need for this salad. And then I think we are ready to plate everything up, make it look, well, we need to do the burger, but then we can plate that up. So let me grab this last thing. Now, I like to add bacon bits to my salad. I don't have any of those. I like to add some cheese goldfish. I have some, actually, no, never mind. I was thinking these were bacon and cheddar Cheez-Its, but they're not. But we'll go ahead and add some Cheez-Its. And since Cheez-Its are bigger, I'm just going to give these a little smush in the middle. It's probably good enough. Actually, we'll go a couple more. Just a little more. A little handful more. Okay, so, alright. Okay, there we go. Have everything mixed up, nice and fresh. I'm gonna make sure that, I will taste my burger, but I'm gonna make sure that I eat most of the salad first, and then I'll work on to the burger. So, salad is good. Let's come on now with our burger. We need to grab a plate to finish it on. Alright, so now I don't have any hamburger buns. We're just going to use more of this roasted garlic sourdough that I really like here. I'm going to go grab one of the wider pieces from the middle, piece about like that. burger is going to stick off our edges a bit. Usually I do like salad with my food, or with my burgers or my sandwiches. Oh, sorry, lettuce. But since I have salad, I'm not going to put any in, and since it went a little wilty, mushy last time, I'm also not going to put any in. I'm going to stick that off to the side right there for now. Put our red wine vinegar away. And I am going to grab some, where did the French go? Aha! I'm going to grab a little bit of Frank's Red Hot Slam and Sriracha. Now I'm just going to use one piece of bread, because, wow, is this loaf really not that? The other loaf seemed to be a little bit taller than this one did. Okay, well, whatever, this will be fine. Actually, just stretch it out a bit. So I'm going to take my knife. Wrong knife. I need my bread knife. Just going to cut this in half. Oh man, I wish I had a pretzel. I'm just going to make sure I don't have a pretzel bun, because that would be the ultimate thing for this, but I don't think I do. So let me check really quickly. So, no, I do not have a pretzel bun. I do have some Minute Maid apple juice. I'll have that in a moment. I'm just going to take this and pop it into the freezer while I finish this up. Alright, so, okay. Let's finish up the sandwich here. Really, really good. I'm excited to eat this. Our burger has split open more on the one side. We're going to take a smaller spatula. Actually, no. Let's try it with this big one here. I'm just going to scrape down. I want some of this moisture to go into the bottom of our pan. So then I am going to very carefully. Oh yeah, this burger's gonna crack, but that's okay. So, I like to have my food symmetrical. Oh, darn it, I forgot to put a little bit of bacon in when I was cooking it, so the bacon would be a little bit warm, but it's okay, it's room temperature now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of our Frank's Red Hot Slam and Sriracha. I forget when this stuff expired. I don't know if Frank's, they don't make the little bottles of it anymore, but I think they make the big jugs of it still. Probably, oh, it's on the bottom here. It's still good though, because it's hot sauce. 2017, 12/19/2017. Bought a bunch of this stuff on eBay when they didn't sell it in stores anymore. So I'm going to do just a little swirly pattern like this. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Then close it off. Now you always get a little bit of hot sauce that pokes up once you close it. I like to smush into a few places on the bread. Wipe that last little bit of extra hot sauce off. Next I have some Heinz sweet relish. It's too sweet for me all by itself, but on a sandwich it's fine. So I'm just going to plop down a little bit. I'm actually going to grab a butter knife and kind of spread. I don't have to worry about the hot sauce being spread, but I just want to spread this relish out a bit. Because I'm debating only using one pack for the whole sandwich. But I think we have enough other stuff that we're going to need it for 2 packs. So I will just squeeze out the rest of this. Now, we got to work symmetrically. So I'm going to scoot my burger off to one side. I'm going to grab all of my onions and peppers. Oh, forgot I was going to rub the bread in the pan. Well, that's okay. So, sweet. Now this might... Actually, you know what? I don't want to use that. I need to grab a spoon. We have a little slotted spoon here. Just going to carefully press the peppers and onions down a bit to get some of the excess oil off. That's why I try and use not a lot of oil when I'm doing this. So, now we want to try and make sure we have about even on onion and pepper ratio on each side, which I think we're pretty even. So we'll go ahead and spread that onto there. That looks good. I would probably put, I don't know. I might put the lettuce next if I was doing lettuce on this. I think usually I put it first. So then, now that we have that, I'm going to take 2 strips of bacon and I'm going to put those down like that. And then I'm going to take my delicious burger. There's one corner that will want to come out, but that's okay. That's totally fine. Probably have a little extra pepper and onion than we need. That can be used on something else. So let's grab some more pepper and onion. Maybe not all of it. I'm just having a little bit left in the pan. Again, just trying to drain off the excess oil. You can rub other pieces of bread in this. You can, I don't know, put it on a salad. All kinds of things you can do with this little bit of oil here. Cook more peppers and onions in it. Anyways. Now, this part gets a little trickier. You're now on top of the burger, and you don't have the flat surface of the bread. But that's totally fine. We will just carefully work with and spread our pieces out. Tiny pieces that want to fall down can go towards the middle. Bigger pieces that are more connected can stay towards the or go towards the edge a bit. That's probably good enough. And then, how did I lay this? Oh wait, I did it wrong. Well, we don't have to have perfect. No, we do. What am I talking? Symmetry, please. Just gonna shove that piece of bacon underneath there, and then I'll grab another piece of bacon. I like to use ends and pieces just because they're cheaper to buy. I think this is another about equal sized piece of bacon that we can just slide right under there. Okay. And that's actually kind of nice because the bacon gives a slightly flatter surface. Okay. So now that we have that, we have our second package of relish that we can tear open here. I can, but my hands are, I'm going to have to use the knife on it. There we go. Alright, now that we've got that, we can then take our top piece, give it a very light press down. This is one thick boy, probably going to crumble all over my plate. That's okay. Sweet relish. There's something about this relish where it's like an extra kind of a fake sweet, although it doesn't have any of the, what is it? Aspartame or stuff that I usually associate with stuff. Hey, looks like, so we have Gordon Ramsay in the chat, although I'm sure that's not Gordon Ramsay. Same image as Colby, so maybe he just changed his name to be funny. Doesn't YouTube limit how many times you can change your username? Because I wouldn't want you to use it up too much. But you know, actually, speaking of Gordon Ramsay, I take this with a grain of salt, because a lot of times it looks like a celebrity uses something when they don't necessarily. Although he specifically said the cooking pans that he uses at home are hex-clad. So these specific pans here. Now we've got Colby back again, so I don't know. Okay. I mean, I figured you were, but I just don't want you to use it up too many times and then suddenly be stuck with Gordon Ramsay. Oh no. We got some Harris chips here. These are like the middle priced chips. They're not Lay's. Lay's are a little too expensive for me. Okay, here we go. Get a few chips on the plate there. How do I want to? And I think I'm gonna scoot like this, and I'll come in with. You know, actually thinking about it, if I put this salad in the fridge, it should be okay for a little bit later. So let's come on here with some of our delicious salad. Alright. Okay. Alright. I am going to then I'm going to then grab a container and quickly put our salad in the fridge. And then you can sit down and taste our handiwork. The croutons, though, I'm not going to put in anything just yet. Because I do want them to dry out a little more so they maybe last a bit longer, but they won't be around for too long. I should eat them next couple of days. Probably snack on them. Okay. And hopefully I got the right amount of Frank's Red Hot. I don't want it to be too spicy. Okay. That salad. Is there anything else? Our lettuce is still soaking up water, so that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna move some stuff over and we'll have a little taste of our num-nums. Okay. And actually, I am just going to, whoever liked the video, thank you for the like. It's just, if I can just get a thing there. And we will just place you guys directly on to the table there. And we'll give it a taste, and then I will take the stream out. I'm going to watch something while I eat. And then I've got some stuff to do with the door upstairs, checking on that and some other things. Okay. Alright, let's see. How do I need to tilt anything a little bit? Let's make sure that you guys can see me a bit. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Could be up just a little bit taller. But I like my head to not be cut off. But yeah, I'm going to have a little taste of all my handy cooking. I don't usually cook like this a lot because I like quick and easy things so I can get back to my other projects. But I was kind of wanting a burger. And yeah. And also, I want to do a series called Sandwich Club talking about different sandwiches. Not live, like a nice edited type of a thing. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. I did a texting thing. I'll have a better explanation about this later if I can retrieve anything from my old phone. Let's grab a little bit of everything here. In fact, a piece of cheese cracker. Okay, could be a little bit crispier on the croutons. Also, the lettuce again could be a bit crispier. Hopefully, this lettuce, I think it's the romaine lettuce. Hopefully, it does perk up a little bit sitting there in the water. This could use a little bit of sunflower seeds mixed in. I don't have any. Okay, now let's try this burger. It's pretty big. Maybe next time I'll make it a little thinner, but let's have a bite. Mmm. Oh, that is so good. Mmm. Hmm. I think I nailed it. I love the slight earthy flavor that the peanut butter brings. Could have maybe had a little bit more of the yeast flakes. And then the bacon fat, it brings on some nice flavor as well as the actual bacon itself. So, it's a little different than your typical burger, but it is really good. Have some chips too. Grab a napkin. Yeah, they're good. So anything I would change, obviously a little more salt on the croutons and maybe slightly longer in the oven. And then, I don't know, maybe a little more salt with the burger, but not much. Because I'm also getting some sodium from the chips. And obviously, I would do some goldfish and sunflower seeds with the salad too. I think that's pretty much it. We got some good flavor. And yeah. Anyways. Thank you guys so much for watching this cooking thing. Seems like you guys liked it. Hopefully it gives you some ideas for some new things to try in the kitchen. And especially with the burger, you can easily make a really, really tiny amount of this. So like if you're making burgers with your family anytime soon and you're actually like making the burger, or you might even be able to mix these with the pre-made patties. I don't know how well they're stuck together. You can say, hey, can I try just a little bit of this before you cook the other burgers? Just make up a little tiny meatball size one, cook it up, everybody taste it, see if you like it. If you do, then make all your burgers for the night that way. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I enjoyed doing this, talking you guys through this cooking process. I like sharing things. Go check out the other stuff that I do. And also, if anyone's interested, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/cultures101. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Thanks so much for being the good fans that you are. And yeah, I don't know if I'll do any streams later today. I may not. Depends on what else I get done. But I'll see you guys in whatever's next.